Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. Today we're going to tackle a big question that affects so many people. How much do you actually need to retire debt free? It's a goal we all dream of, enjoying our retirement without the weight of financial stress or debt hanging over us. But what does it really take? How much do we actually need saved up to live comfortably without debt when we stop working? In this video, we're going to break down how to figure out your ideal retirement number, the real cost of retiring, and how you can plan smartly to make it happen. So grab a pen and paper or just sit back and relax and let's get into it. Section 1, Understanding Retirement Goals and Lifestyle. First things first, retirement is unique for everyone. Some people dream of traveling the world, staying at beach resorts, and eating out at nice restaurants. Others look forward to a simple, relaxed life, maybe gardening or spending time with family and friends without much travel or expensive hobbies. Before you can calculate its meal you have much to need, it's important to ask yourself, what kind of retirement lifestyle do I want? Active lifestyle criteria. This is someone who wants to travel, join activities, maybe even work on hobbies that cost money like photography or sailing. This type of retirement is typically more expensive, requiring a bigger budget to sustain the lifestyle. Simple lifestyle criteria. This retiree is more interested in a quiet, modest life at home. They may spend their days with friends, family, or doing low cost activities like reading or gardening. Their financial needs may be lower because they don't plan to travel extensively or spend a lot on extras. It's also helpful to think about where you live. Living in a major city where costs are higher is going to be different than living in a rural area or even overseas in a country with a lower cost of living. So spend a few minutes imagining your ideal retirement lifestyle. Write down what your average month might look like. This is going to be key in calculating your retirement number. Section 2, How to calculate your annual expenses. Once you have a picture of your ideal lifestyle, it's time to break down what it's going to cost each year. You'll want to start by calculating your annual expenses. Housing. Even if you've paid off your mortgage, there will still be property taxes, maintenance, repairs, UTTs, and possibly homeowner's insurance. If you plan on renting, factor in rent for the type of home you want. Healthcare. This is a big one. As we age, healthcare costs can go up. Include insurance premiums, out-of-pocket costs, prescription medications, and dental care. The average retiree may need more healthcare support than they did while working, so it's wise to warn for this. Living expenses. These are costs for things like groceries, utilities, transportation, and clothing. Make sure you're honest with yourself about what you might need. Remember, this is a time when you want to live comfortably without cutting corners. Entertainment and travel. If you love movies, dining out, or plan to travel, add these into your budget. Think about an average year. How often will you travel, go out, or engage in hobbies? Emergencies and big purchases. It's always wise to have a budget set aside for unexpected expenses, whether it's a car repair, a health emergency, or a major household repair. This is often called a contingency fund. Once you've listed out these categories, estimate a monthly or annual cost for each. Sum it all up to get an annual estimate of your expenses. Let's say, after adding everything up, you come up with $40,000 a year. That's your annual retirement expense target. Section 3, the 4% rule for retirement savings. Now that you have an idea of your annual expenses, it's time to look at a popular guideline to determine how much you should save. The 4% rule. The 4% rule is a simple way to estimate how much you can withdraw annually from your retirement savings without running out of money. The idea is that if you withdraw 4% from your retirement savings each year, your money should last around 30 years, which covers most retirements. For example, if your annual retirement expenses are $40,000, you divide that by 4%. $40,000 divided by 0.04 is equals to $1 million. So in this example, you would need around $1 million saved up to comfortably cover your expenses in retirement. Section 4, Adjusting for inflation and longevity. Inflation can impact your purchasing power over time. The prices of goods and services generally go up by about 2 to 3% per year on average. This means that what costs you $40,000 a year today might cost $60,000 or more 20 years from now. It's wise to consider that if you retire at 65, you may live another 20 to 30 years. If you want your savings to last, you'll need to account for inflation by either saving a bit more or investing in assets that can grow over time. One way to combat inflation is to have a part of your retirement investments in growth oriented assets like stocks, even after you've retired. Stocks can be riskier, but they also typically grow faster than inflation, helping your retirement funds last longer. Section 5, Reducing Debt Before Retirement. Now, if you're aiming for a debt-free retirement, you'll want to reduce as much debt as possible before you retire. Here are some strategies: pay off high interest debt first. High interest debt, like credit cards or payday loans, can quickly drain your funds if left unpaid. Aim to clear these debt as early as possible. Focus on mortgage or rent. Housing is usually the biggest cost. If you can pay off your mortgage before you retire, you'll have much lower monthly expenses. If paying off your mortgage isn't possible, consider downsizing to a smaller home. Avoid new debt in your 50s and 60s ease. Many people get new car loans, credit card debt, or even home renovations financed in their later years. But this debt can become a burden once your income stops. Make a goal to keep debt minimal or eliminate it altogether before retirement. Section 6, Building an Emergency Fund and Passive Income. Life can be unpredictable, so having an emergency fund is a great buffer. Try to save 6 to 12 months worth of living expenses in a separate account, just in case. Another way to boost your retirement security is to build passive income. This could be from rental properties, investments that pay dividends, or even royalties if you have intellectual property. Passive income sources can take the pressure off your savings and give more flexibility during retirement. Section 7, Adjusting your retirement goal over time. Retirement planning isn't a one-time task. It's something you should adjust every few years as your goals or finances change. If you're in your 40s or 50s, check in with yourself regularly to see if your goals are still on track, or if you need to save a bit more. It's also wise to meet with a financial advisor. They can help you make adjustments and understand what's working or not working in your retirement plan. Section 8, Putting it all together. Realistic steps toward a debt-free retirement. So let's put it all together. Set your retirement goals and lifestyle, define the lifestyle you want, and use that to estimate your annual expenses. Calculate your savings using the 4% rule. Use the 4% rule to determine how much you need saved, reduce and eliminate debt, make a plan to pay off high interest debt and your mortgage, or consider downsizing. Adjust for inflation, remember, costs go up over time, so plan for a bit extra. Build an emergency fund and explore passive income. An emergency fund and passive income give you a strong financial foundation, and there you have it, a roadmap to retiring debt free. The journey may seem long, but taking small steps each day can add up to the financial freedom you want. Thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Also, let us know in the comments what's your biggest retirement goal. We'd love to hear from you. And remember, planning today means more freedom tomorrow. See you in the next video.